Welcome back to KidsAlive Church. I'm Teacher Joanna and this is Betty the Zebra. And today we are continuing our series on the Old Testament. And last week we talked about the 12 spies, how 10 of them said we should not go into Canaan and only 2 said they should, which were Joshua and Caleb. Now we're continuing, we're going further on to many years down the line when Joshua is now the leader. And he's about to take the Israelites into Jericho. They want to go into Jericho. But what he did was, he sent in 2 spies into the land. And so today we're talking about Rahab and the 2 spies. And so Rahab was this woman who was living in her house, and she was a prostitute. But she was living in her house, she was a sinful woman, and she was there. So these 2 spies came to scout the land. And so they scouted the land, and then they wanted to escape because there were guards coming. So Rahab, this sinful woman, full of sin, said, "Guys, come, let me protect you." And so she protected them. She hid them in her roof, covered them with hay, and protected them. Now, a few months back, we talked about Jehovah Nissi, and we talked about this same story. So if you want to listen about the story, you can go look in our YouTube channel to Jehovah Nissi, where I talk about it. But basically, Jehovah Nissi is our God, our banner, our protector. Alright? And so Rahab hid these guys there. And then, when the guards came looking, she said, "No, they must have gone somewhere else." And she stirred the guards into going the wrong direction. And so these 2 spies were saved. And so they thanked her. They said, "Thank you, Rahab, for what you have done." And they said, "What do you want in return?" And she said, "What I want in return is to protect me. When you guys come and charge and take over Jericho, protect me and my household." So they said, "Okay, what you need to do is hang a red cloth over your house, outside the window, and that will show us that you are Rahab and that we are going to save you. You are going to be okay." And so this brings us back to tying a red cloth. So remember earlier on in the Israelite camp, when the angel of death went over, there was a red blood over their doorposts, right? And now this is the red cloth that hangs down. Now this red cloth represents Jesus' blood in our life. So I want you to understand that Jesus' blood, when we ask God to come into our lives, when we say, "God, we need you in our life," it is like hanging the red cloth out our window, or it is like putting the red blood over our doorposts. We're saying, "God, come. God, protect us." We don't need to physically put a red cloth outside, but we are saying, "God, we want Jesus to protect us." Understand? So there's 3 points that I would like to know how God protects us and when does He protect us. Well, number 1, He protects us when we obey His instructions. So Rahab obeyed. She put out the red cloth outside her window. And what do we need to do as Christians? We need to obey the law. We need to obey the 10 commandments. We need to obey His word. And then God can protect us. Number 2, stand up for what is right. Now Rahab knew these guys were right. Rahab knew because she said, in the Bible, if you read it, she said to them, "I know your God is the true God." So she knew what is right. So if you stand up for what is right, in schools or at home, when you stand up for what is right, you know what? God said that I must obey. So I am going to obey. God says I must not tell lies. So I'm not going to tell lies. See, when we stand up for what is right, He can protect us. Understand? Number 3, when we are trustworthy, people can depend on us. Alright? When you are trustworthy, God can protect you. When you are someone that people can depend on. When your mom says, alright, come go clean your room, and you say, yes, mom. Or, okay, let's look at it like this. Your mom is going to work all day, and then she said, when I come back, I want your homework to be done, I want the room to be clean, and all the toys must be kept in the toy box. And then she comes home at 5 o'clock, and the house is clean. Your homework is done. All the toys are kept. That means you are a trustworthy person. But when your mom says, okay, no TV, no playing PS4, and no gadget time when I'm gone. But when she comes back, she finds out, TV was on, PS4 was on, all the gadgets were on. You are not a trustworthy person. So the spies were trustworthy. When they told Rahab, I'm going to do this, we're going to protect you. And when Rahab said, I will protect you, spies, she did it. They were trustworthy. They could trust each other. And that is why God can protect them. Alright? So understand that when you are obedient to His instructions, when you stand up for what is right, and when you are trustworthy, then you are righteous, and that is when God can bless you. So remember, be a righteous person. Do what is right. And now Aiden will tell us our memory verse for this week.
Thank you, Teacher Joanna. Today's memory verse is this. Proverbs 18 verse 10. The name of the Lord is a fortified tower. The righteous run to it and are safe. Bye.
That was really good, Aiden. Thank you so much. Wonderful job. So the memory verse is Proverbs chapter 18 verse 10. The name of the Lord is a fortified tower. The righteous run to it and are safe. So kids, I hope you understand today's lesson. I hope that you will be a righteous person. Do what is right. Everyone say with me, do what is right. Excellent job. So I'll see you guys in discussion. Take care, and Buddy and I are gonna say bye-bye.